Gabe's Fortune, Prospect Springs Shifters Book 3. Written by Mandy M. Roth. Narrated by David Barker. Chapter 1. New Frontier Territory, Prospect Springs, just outside the town of Cutter Grove. Gabriel MacSweeny surveyed his newest acquisition to the best of his ability, considering it spanned a large area. It was cathartic to look out and over it all, even though dust was kicking up and threatening to burn his eyes. He'd been in worse weather. Hell, back in his days in the World Guard, he'd once had to hunker down for 6 days to ride out a dust storm that had claimed the plains for nearly a week, paralyzing everything in its path. The state of things today was more a nuisance than anything, though he'd seen a few people walking around with bandanas over their mouths and noses. Lightweights. The dust made it slightly harder to appreciate his purchase. The sheer size of the purchase was more of an issue. Unless he found higher ground, he'd never see all of it at once. That pleased him greatly. Where there had been nothing more than hard, cracked earth and no vegetation as far as the eye was able to see, now rested train cars, wagons, horses, and steel steeds, a band of misfits pulled together by circumstance. His kind of people. He wasn't exactly normal, and while most of the people in his hometown knew as much, he didn't advertise the news in his extensive travels. It wasn't easy to predict what type of reception a supernatural would get within different boundaries of the new frontier territories. Some were welcoming of supernaturals, others would just as soon see him dragged behind a horse than have him there among their women and children. As if Gabriel would ever harm a woman or child. He wasn't that type of man. None of his family was. Yet they all still hid in plain sight. They all tried their best to minimize the number of people who knew without a shadow of doubt what they were. Shapeshifters. Men who had the ability to turn into animals. In the case of the MacSweenys, their family animal was a wolf, at least for the most part. Some were different animals, but most were wolves. And there was the addition of magic in some of the MacSweenys, such as Gabriel and his brothers. From all Gabriel had been told of the world before the Great Sickness, supernaturals had never been welcome anywhere. Most people hadn't even believed they were real back then. Fools. The old books, now locked away for preservation, spoke of a period before the Great Sickness, a time when the world was overpopulated, a time when mankind spent more time at war with each other.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?